Hello everyone, how's it going? My name is SRY-in-advance, and today I got a brand new video for you. In the background, you are watching a 29-0. We ran out of metals gameplay, once again using the Graviton Lance, which I have been very excited for. So in today's video, I want to talk about a couple of things Bungie has been talking about in their developer updates and what they talked about after the live stream for Warmind went live. So they talked about three new exotic weapons, those being the Borealis, the Hardlight, and the Tractor Cannon, as well as they talked quite a bit about Crucible ranks, and you know me, I'm a Crucible guy. So first up, let's go with the weapons that they changed. The Borealis is going to have double damage on every single bullet if you break a shield. This also works in the Crucible, but you have to have the same element and kill someone in a super. So, like, if a Sentinel Titan's running at you, you have to kill them with a Void bullet. If a Sunbreaker Titan or a Sunsinger Warlock is coming at you, you have to kill them with a Solar bullet, and so on and so forth. This is going to make every single shot, even to the body, a one-shot kill, which could potentially be pretty powerful if you end up hitting that, and that lasts until your next reload. Moving on, we talk about the Tractor Cannon, which is basically just getting a melting point buff. If you hit something, it's going to be vulnerable to void damage. So potentially pair this with a Nova Bomb on a strike boss or something like that. Do a lot of damage. I'm not sure. We will see once the update goes live and we actually get our hands on these particular weapons. Then finally they changed the hard light, which basically is just getting changed to what the Borealis has. You can hold square to change the element of your weapon, and this is a good change in my opinion. All of these changes are cool. I think the Borealis one is probably the coolest for me. Tractor Cannon is overall the best, I would say, just because getting a damage buff is good in general. So yeah, try those two out when the update goes live. Hard light, unfortunately, still no recoil buff, so I probably won't be using it. Moving on, they also talked about exotic masterworks, which are going to probably be a big source of grinding for a lot of players within the community. Most, if not all, weapons are getting a exotic masterwork done to them, which is not going to be RNG based like everyone previously assumed they were going to be, and you're not going to need masterwork cores to do this either. Instead, there is going to be a new system built on in-game activities in which you will have to play a certain amount or kill a certain number of enemies or do a certain amount of strikes or something like that, and you will have a chance to drop a exotic masterwork for the particular weapon you want. The one that they showed off was the exotic Cold Heart, the trace rifle, and you have to kill enemies in strikes against the most challenging opponents. So I'm assuming this is Prestige Nightfall or even the normal Nightfall, and then that gives you a tier 1 exotic masterwork weapon. There is also another tier over this, which is defeating enemies, and that will give you a new perk. So originally it will give you a small stat bonus. Secondly, it will give you a new perk. At least that's what it looks like as far as the Bungie update development blog thing goes. And yeah, we will see if that's actually what it is. Now, moving on, after the exotic masterworks, they kind of put a couple bullet points to ensure, like, basically, if you have any questions, this is what's not going to happen. Duplicate drops of an exotic weapon will automatically drop at whatever masterwork you upgraded it to. So if you get a higher Cold Heart and you've already got it to level 1, don't worry about it. You can delete your first one. You do not have to infuse every single weapon that you get just because you've already had a masterwork on it. You're fine in that regards. Exotic Masterworks will be available immediately when Season 3 begins, so all of the exotics that you have currently, you can check on May 8th to see if they are masterworkable, basically. And if they are, you can start grinding on that immediately when the DLC drops. That is up to you. And then finally, they did say that this process will not be in your inventory, so you don't have to worry about inventory slots getting taken up. It's just going to be in the weapon, similar to how a number of other quests have been in Destiny 1. So good. You won't have to worry about inventory space. Next up, they talked about the Crucible, and this is what I am probably paying attention to most since ranked play is obviously going to be something I will be in a ton. I plan on putting hundreds of hours into it just to get my rank up and prove that I am one of the best players in the Crucible, and I will be playing it a lot. So first up, they decided to let us know what all of the ranks are and basically how much work it's going to take to get to all of them. So there is Guardian at the bottom, Brave, Heroic, Fabled, Mythic, and Legend at the top. These are 6 ranks that you will have to grind up for by winning matches. Valor is another system, but that is in casual, and basically that just goes up and down with however many times you win. If you win, you get points. If you lose, you don't get points, or you don't get as many points, and that's basically it. It's like a rank in Call of Duty. So Valor is a progression rank that goes up as you complete matches. This is in casual Crucible. It will have a win streak that will cap out after 5 wins and then reset. This is going to be a pretty good system for getting overall streaks. If you are a player that wins a lot of matches, you'll see your Valor rank go up quite a bit. As you reset your rank, there will be special weapons that you can only get by resetting your rank. I'm assuming this is after a couple of times of re-ranking because they did say multiple times that is after a certain amount of resets. So there's probably going to be a ton of rewards based on how many times you reset. So we'll have to look into that and see how that goes. Additionally, they talked a lot more about ranked, which is pretty good. They said that the top 40% generally are going to be able to get the Redrix's Claymore, which is the brand new pulse rifle that will have Outlaw as well as Desperado on it. These 2 perks are going to work in tandem and are going to be very powerful. Basically, picture a Grasp of Malik with the Messenger, and yeah, it's going to be pretty nutty. If you don't know those weapons, they're Destiny 1 weapons. Picture the fastest possible shooting pulse rifle you can think of with the damage of the slowest possible you can think of. These matches will be able to be done as many times as you want. However, if you do more than 3, you will either A, prevent decay, or gain additional points towards your glory rank. This means that if you were under the Redrix's Claymore, or if you have never had it, playing 3 matches are going to give you bonus points to potentially be able to get the weapon in the future. And if you already have it, or you are above the rank to get it, you will instead just not lose points for playing 3 games. If you didn't know, if you do not play a game in a week, you will lose points. Simply put, play the game, you won't lose points. Don't play the game, you're going to lose points and you won't be considered as good. Moving on, they talked about what percent of players are going to be in it. 40%. If you're in the top 40% of players, you're going to have the Redrix's Claymore. So they also said that they are buffing up restrictions or security, basically, within the overall settings of Crucible. This means you won't get DDoSed as much, which is definitely a good change. I hate getting DDoSed, and I assume it would happen much more with a ranked playlist like this, especially with such a good weapon coming out that players are definitely going to want. So, good change. Really excited to see it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. They talked about the matchmaking a little bit, but that's unfortunately something we're going to have to wait and see if it actually works. Basically, they're just trying to put solo players against teams a little bit less often. Good change because I'm getting rather pissed off at playing against 4-man teams and basically just trying to fend for myself and not get murdered by myself in a corner of the alley. So that being said, that is all that they talked about within their development update blog post thing. If you do not know, Iron Banner is coming next week. It is going to be the last Iron Banner of the Season 2 season, which means all of the weapons are getting changed. If you do not have them, make sure you're on. With that being said, thank you guys for watching this video, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.